It's been a while since I did that. That's crazy. That's vintage Tim Black. No sound for like 3 minutes. That's like throwback Tim Black. That's what that is, man. That's for the old heads. Some of the people that used to come through, man, it was like 10 people watching. Right? You hear me and you hear the crickets. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Give it up for my moderator, Buck Bewley, man. He is my moderator in moderation. All things in moderation. So Arlene Chambers is in the building as well as C. Penta. And the crew came through, and Black Rose and the amazing D. Harris is in the house holding it down like, bam, let me come through here and represent. Ebony's in the house and Tay Diggs. Yeah. Renato McCall, Bruce Newsom, Quince Randolph in the building. Yeah, baby. JJ, what's up? What's up, Jay? Did I say Z Penta and Zen Soulful? I should have, because they here. What's up, y'all? Anthony McDowell. Yeah, man, we in the house, man. Thank y'all for being here, man. Dope. Yeah, man, I can't, I tell you, man, it's what it is, man. Thank y'all for letting me know my mic wasn't on, man. That sucks, you know. I got on a roll, and then I realized the mic's not working. That sucks when the mic's not working. So we are good. We're good, right? We're good. That's weird. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. How is it okay? It's not echoey, is it? Hope not. So what's up, La La Cha Cha? And what's up, Uli? What's up, Sanford Jr.? What's cracking? What's cracking, man? Yeah. So I got my party people in the house, man. I got the Tim Black Wolfpack in the building. Give it up for all the Tim Black Wolfpack members, man. Holding it down, man. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing what y'all do. There is no show here without the Tim Black Wolfpack, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because the Tim Black Wolfpack, they were helping keep the lights on, man, when the views just weren't there, man. There's nothing you could do, man. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't fight the algorithm, man. I needed help. Tim Black Wolfpack held me down, man. And I will always eternally be grateful to those people that held a brother down for a while, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate those people that still do, that still support this show. It's dope having you, man. If you go to jointimblack.com or go to Patreon and look for Tim Black Show, you'll find me. It's starting at only $5 a month. You become a member, you become a VIP. Someone said, Tim Black, you talk too fast. You listen too slow. See, I talk in rhythm. You listen too slow. That's rhythm to me. I'm sorry, I can't do it your way. I know, man. It sucks. All this melanin all up in me. I got all this soul. You know what I'm saying? This is something I gotta use it. You know what I mean? I talk like that. That's how I talk, man. I understand if you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I should have told them something nice. I just blocked them. They were trying to roast me. I don't know, man. I shouldn't have done that. Blocking people like that. I blocked 2 people this week. And I don't like doing that, man. That's Buck's job, blocking people. Buck is patient. Him and Black Mamba are patient. I'm not patient. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't even try to. I'll be like, oh, he trying to look over there. I don't even try to look over there, yo. Because I get that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get that way, man. You know when. It's like Charlie Murphy tells the story of working for his brother, Eddie. And he said, man, he was security. And it got to the point where he could no longer do that job. He was too much Charlie for the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody say something bad, he just wanted to jump out the gym on him. You know, it's beating people up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that was his baby brother. You know what I'm saying? He had to protect his baby brother, you know? Well, I feel that way about my show. This show is my baby brother. You know what I'm saying? I got a baby brother, though. Ain't that crazy? Bless his heart. Bless his heart. So, yo, man, that's what I am, and I get overprotective of it, man, you know? I be like, they trying to destroy my fan base. They trying to put seeds of doubt. You can do it, but don't do it in front of me. Do it over there. Do it on your platform. It's publicity when you do it from afar. Look, guys, it is Friday in this building. Friday Facts and Fury. Tim Black Show. We gonna kick some butt tonight. It's gonna be nice. I actually thought about mailing it in, not doing the show tonight, only because I sat in the chat room for 2 hours for the premiere of the Van Lathan interview. Yeah, anybody seen it? Any of y'all see my Van Lathan interview? Did you get a chance to check it out? Anybody? You know, man, I don't know, man. I'll discuss it at a later date. You know what I'm saying? It's bittersweet. You know what I'm saying? But something went well, but it's always something, man. You know? I tell you this, man. A man's word is his word. I said a man's word is his word. Tonight's show is brought to you by the Tim Black Legacy Mug. Politics for the people, y'all. I said politics for the people. For the people, y'all. Go to timblackmug.com, pick up a mug. This dishwasher, microwave, hater safe mug. I send it out to my people myself because, well, y'all my people, man. And I appreciate you. And because I haven't taught my granddaughter how to do it yet. I'm going to teach her how to do it, man, because see, I need help, man. I get up in the morning, oh, it's got to sit up. Got 800 things going on at 800 times. Man, everybody feeling okay for the weekend, man? Y'all going to be okay? Ain't nobody going to get in no trouble this weekend, are you? I know you. I see what you're doing. I know what you're planning to do. Don't do it. You calm your ass down. Nah, I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want to do. You only live once, baby. Just don't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt nobody. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt nobody else. You know what I'm saying? But live. You got to live. You can be tall like this wall and play basketball. Do it all. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Anybody else come through, man? I neglect anybody? In effect, one. Okay. In effect. What's up, fam? All right. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Yo, what's going on? Renato McCall. Yo, 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 yo. Only the good kind, Tim. That's right. That's what's up. Yep. Tim, is this your birthday season? Nah, not till August. Not till August. It's coming though. When I was a kid, anybody ever do this? Celebrate the whole month? Anybody ever done that? I know I ain't the only one. Yeah, I'm a Leo, Lala. I'm a Leo, as guilty as charged. Guilty as accused. Yeah, man, I remember when I was in my early 20s, man, we used to celebrate the whole month. Early 20s, teens, late teens, I celebrate the whole month. But see, remember, I grew up a Jehovah's Witness. I didn't have a birthday till I was like 15, man. Yeah. A birthday party. I mean, I had birthdays. I ain't an alien and shit. know what I'm saying? I ain't an alien. And I don't mean illegal alien. I mean alien E.T. You know what I'm saying? I ain't E.T. Just never celebrated birthdays. I remember my first birthday party. Oh, man. It was just me and one other person. Gave me a 50-cent cupcake with a candle in it. And it meant everything, man. I ain't gonna lie. It meant a lot. Cause I was like, for me? She's like, yeah, don't eat it all in one place. Oh. She turned out sleeping with my best friend. You know how things go, man. Things didn't go well. He played for the basketball team. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You can't compete with that. Damn. Y'all good, man? Everybody good? Arun said, justice is justice. Yeah, justice is justice. She got my ass. But I got her back because I met Mrs. Black. And I never looked back. I never looked back. I ain't gonna lie, I looked back once or twice. I mean, I ain't gonna get out here live. She could see the live stream. She'd be like this. You so damn crazy, Tim. You so crazy. You so silly. If people think I'm mean, man, they're like, Tim Black is mean. Nah, man, I'm fun. I am a fun guy. You talking about? I like having a good time, man. It's just these sellouts. God, these sellouts is everywhere. Somebody got to get them where they at. You know what I'm saying? I got to get them, man. Galaxy Ravens, what's going on? Sherry said her 10-year-old birthday is 8:06. I heard that, Sherry. What's going on, Sherry? Happy pre-birthday to your 10-year-old. Galaxy Ravens came through his birthday. Or Galaxy Ravens, is that a lady? I didn't know Galaxy Ravens TV. My birthday is in August also. That's why I don't like trying to guess if it's guy, women, or men. I don't know. That's why, because I'll be getting it wrong and shit. Take digs. Oh, man. Tay, I don't think that's possible, sir. If I'm not mistaken, man. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think it's possible to get Dr. Claude Anderson on the show. Not for lack of trying. Not for lack of trying. Hope he's doing well. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's doing well. Yeah. Last time I tried to get Dr. Claude Anderson on the show, they were telling me that he just wasn't doing shows at the time, and it wasn't nothing against me. Just that he was just, dealing with some personal issues. But Dr. Claude is the man, Joe. Now, there are a couple of people I tried to bring on the show that I couldn't get on the show, and it crushed me, man. You know what I'm saying? It messed me up. I'm going to tell you 3 names. And I'm going to tell you these 3 names. This is going to tell you everything about the Tim Black Show. I know you're going to hear a lot of people throw dirt on me. They say little sideways stuff, but you're going to hear a lot of people say positive things too. But I'm going to give you 3 names, 3 individuals that I tried to get on the show. And it haunts me that I connected these 3 people. Number 1, Dick Gregory. Bruh. It still bothers me, man. Dick Gregory, local, DC. You know what I'm saying? At least he was here a lot. I don't know. I think he lived here. I tried, man. I could not get Brother Gregory. Man. Rest in peace, the honorable Brother Gregory, man. That's a true titan, man. It's one of the guys I looked up to, man. Y'all just don't know. Unapologetic. Y'all see how Dick Gregory got when he got older? He didn't get like Biden. He was sharp as a tack. But he was mean, though. Oh, shit, he ain't had no patience. You see the guys he interviewed with just eating them up? Real to Real or Real Black or something. I forget the name of it. It's on YouTube. Jesus Christ. Sometimes Dick Gregory would be so hard on the brother, be like, you ain't have to do him like that. Jesus Christ. Said, fool, I'm the one talking, fool. You interviewing me, am I interviewing you? Well, just shut your ass up. I'm the one talking, I'm telling you. Then why'd you talk then? Yeah, man. Dick Gregory, man, the one and only. Damn. Wow. Number 2. Dr. Claude Anderson, of course, Dr. Claude Anderson, number 2. I want to interview Dr. Claude Anderson. What can I say, man? We just said it. Renowned. Amazing brother. To this day, people are using his works. I'll say using his works, which is probably the way he wants it. You know, he wants his word to be spread, I'm sure. Credit where credit is due, I hope. But we all learn. I mean, that's what learning is, right? You learn something and you use it. Just pay homage, similar to this. So, and I'm going to go with number 3. Now, this is no particular order. But this one right here, guys, I was so close, man. Rosie O'Donnell. I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. Hello? Yeah, it's me, Tim Black. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Black organization. All right, Black. Good to see you. Well, good to hear from you. Yeah, I'm doing a show right now. I can't really talk. My black card. Why you want to take my black card? No, I was just joking about Rosie O'Donnell, man. Hey, I'm sorry. No, man, I was kidding around. No, that's I'm gonna clear it up. I was joking, man. I make jokes sometimes. Not funny, huh? Okay. My bad, man. I'm gonna clear it up now. Shit. Damn. Tough room. What, to come take a brother's black card? Number 3. In reality, number 3 is this. The one, the only, Paul Mother Mooney. That's right. See, Twitter is a powerful vehicle. I use Twitter to get in touch with people. Man, do y'all know how many DMs I sent Paul Mooney? He responded to one of them, a couple of them. He even hit it like on a couple posts. Why he do that? He ain't do nothing but give me hope. He gave me hope. You don't give me hope, man, because I'm going to pursue it. Oh, man. I even had a DM I sent when I heard the tragic news of his passing. I mean, tragic for us, not for him. He's transitioned to the next phase. We all got to go, you know. Hopefully he's up there with Red Fox and Richard Pryor writing some jokes. That's right, Tim. I'm writing jokes. Speaking of jokes, put your glasses back on. That's a joke. Damn. Paul, Mr. Mooney. I can call him first name. I can call people first name. I don't know this brother. Mr. Mooney, as soon as I heard of the passing, man, I DM'd him again. I DM'd the Paul Mooney Legacy account. I was like, and out of the kindness of their hearts, they responded. He gave me a heart. But just the fact that I know that Brother Mooney and Brother Gregory knew who I was. Somebody from Gregory's camp reached out and said, Paul, Brother Gregory, he can't come on right now, but he wants you to know he loves your work. He's seen your work. Meant a lot to me, man. I think for a year, because things was tight. This was like 2015, 2016, something like that. I wasn't even into politics, really. I was just on black stuff. Just him knowing who I was kept me doing this show for a year. Like, did Gregory know who I am? I'm going to keep talking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Shout out to the greats. Y'all ready for the show, man? Y'all ready for the show? Y'all ready for the show? I hope so, man. Let's do this. I got some clips I pulled because I like to update you to the news, what's going on. If you're new to the show, we cover U.S. politics, breaking news, and black culture. Tonight's show is all shows in the month of June are brought to you by Soft Warm Classic. Soft Warm Classic. My wife's website, where they've got great gear. Go to Soft Warm Classic for your merch needs, your attire, particularly Juneteenth memorabilia. So go to Soft Warm Classic. And I know you hate shipping, so use the code free shipping 25. And don't worry about it. All right? All right, y'all. softwarmclassic.com. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Shit, let's get into it, man. Let's get into something quick so we can hurry and jump off, Johnson. Here it goes. Make sure I'm right over here. Sometimes it starts out and it's kind of funky, Johnson. I want to be over here like this. Here we go.
The border secure?
The border is secure.
You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border. As your president, I will secure our border.
Would you call the border secure?
The border is secure.
You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border. As your president, I will secure our border.
When people say, Tim Black, why did Kamala Harris lose? This came up in my conversation with Van Lathan. It's a good reason why she's a liar. Doesn't help things. Doesn't help to lie. It's even worse when you get caught lying. And then you double down on the lie. In fact, if Kamala was being honest and she was saying, I will secure the border as your president, she lied again because she got on The View and told Sonny Hostin and the View bats, she told them there was nothing she'd change about anything that Joe Biden did. Well, if that's the case, why would you secure the border? Because see, secure the border is a change from your boss. Because Biden didn't secure no damn border. He secured illegal immigration. That's what he did. See, when D.L. Hughley was out here caping like the Cape Crusader, when all these fools was running around, when Jasmine Crockett was out here surrogating and canvassing and saying a bunch of nonsense about how great Kamala was, when every other network, every other cable media talking here was telling us how we owed it to Kamala, I was looking at shit like that. Yeah, I was looking at that. Stuff like that. Stuff where Kamala lied. Well, she lied. I wonder if Roland Martin ever called her out for lying. He loved calling everybody else out for lying. Why he didn't call Kamala out for lying about that damn border? Oh, that's right. 350,000 reasons, Johnson. Tim, you just hating because he got that money. Now I'm hating that he's a liar. He could have got the money and still kept it real. Chuck Todd just did. Chuck Todd asked her a tough question. Did Roland ask that question? Hell no. So I sounded like Shannon Sharp. Oh, hell no. Oh, come on now, Tim. I asked no question like that. So I sounded like Dwayne Wade. See, that's the problem I had with the Democrats, man. They lie, they get caught in lies, and then when people don't want to rock with them and don't vote with them, don't want to support them and criticize them, they act like, what, me? What did I do? See, you don't like black people or women or LGBTQ or animals or the water or whatever they blame it on. How about we don't like being lied to? How about that? How about that be a reason? You know what I'm saying? Anybody's within their rights to hold a grudge with a vice president, a former senator, an attorney general, a lead prosecutor. Can't keep it 100. People love talking about Trump's lies, and that's fine. That's fair game. Talk about the president's lies. But it'd be nice if every once in a while Democrats would try to pretend to keep it real by calling out their own shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you think every once in a while they expose themselves just to keep it the appearance of honesty. Yeah. One more time for the cheap seats. I thought this was a great clip. It's very concise. Thank you, Maze from X. Hard to, look, it's hard to say you were taken out of context in this one.
Would you call the border secure?
The border is secure.
You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border. As your president, I will secure our border.
Yeah. Like, if y'all can produce the facts that this is doctored in any way, I'll retract my statement. But until then, what the hell, Johnson? Did we do it? We didn't do it.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
This is an easy one, Johnson. We don't even have to guess what level of BS detection my BS detector's running on right now.
Full of shit.
Yeah, that'd be it. That'd be the one. That'd be the one. That's what that is right there. All right, guys, put it in the comment section and hit the like button. It's a Friday night. It's hard to get people that aren't out in the streets drinking more alcohol than is probably legal to consume, or out smoking funny cigarettes, eating brownies. Yo, let's keep it moving, man. We got more content. I'm going to go down the line. I got stuff. Let's go down the line, Johnson. During my conversation with Van Lathan, which you can find on this website. You can find it. Go find it. It's there. It just went public a couple hours ago. We talked about celebrities. Van defended celebrities, kinda. I didn't. I made the argument that celebrities know why they're coming on these shows. Nobody got to twist their arm for them to make up stuff and cape for the Democrats. They should be held accountable for what they say. I stand on that. You sit around and go, ooh, pick me. I like to say something to help the Democrats. Then when it gets exposed as big ass lies, or that you don't know anything, or worse, that you're a liar, and Tim Black makes a video about it, you should be able to just call me names and try to blacklist me so I can't get good guests, to try to stall my business or my career because you mad that I said what I said. Some of you got a false idea of what black people are supposed to do for other black people. Other black people should not precipitate and aid in the deceit of black Americans. You shouldn't do that. I don't owe you that because you look like me, because you got the same color skin as I. I don't owe you that. That's supposed to help you lie to my people. That's what I'm supposed to do, you goofy. Yeah, man, I pulled a couple punches. Some of y'all got this twisted. Oh, don't call out black people. Even when they lying to black people, is it okay to lock up people that are killing black people? Is that okay with you? I mean, they black. So they are sold out to white media. It's sold out to white Hollywood and lying to black people who believe them. And in that equation, you defend them against the truth tellers because you got an affinity for a liar. Or a moron. Pick one. And you know what? They don't have to. They can just be quiet. If anybody calls you out for something you said, all you had to do was not say it. How hard is that? Or you could, once you find out you're wrong, you could come out and say, hey, man, I shouldn't have said that. Remember Dave Chappelle? Dave Chappelle went on SNL and he said, oh, it's got to say, it's got one word for Trump. Of the historically disenfranchised. You know, make it. Work with us. Find it in your heart. So stand for us. Stand for us. I'm going to give you a chance and hope that you will give us a chance too. They tore his ass up for that. Next time I saw him talk about it, somebody asked him about it. He said, he looked right in the camera and he said, I wish I wouldn't have said all that shit. And everybody, all the Dems let him off the hook because he said, yeah, I should have said that shit. Some didn't. But when you say the wrong thing intentionally, when you don't come back and apologize, anybody can make a mistake. I make them all the time. It's all right. But my intentions were not to mislead you. My intentions were not to caper to make up stories to help someone get elected or just lie to you. That's not the intention. You know, cable media does a good job trying to fool people. They spend billions of dollars with narratives. You do understand this. So a person falls for a narrative, that don't mean they're a bad person. It's a whole apparatus behind the lies. It ain't like a birdie landed on my shoulder or landed on someone's shoulder and lied to him and had a weird dream last night. Nah, man, it's a media machine, a conglomerate bent on certain narratives, and sometimes people believe them. But the thing is, when you find out, you got to be, if you were curious enough to say that, you should be curious enough to go back and unsay it. You know, to repair the damage, to set the record straight. Tim Black, what are you talking about specifically? Man, you be all over the place. Okay, fine. Guilty as charged. Said I make mistakes all the time. You got me. But I have an example. Jamie Foxx.
And with us, hey, all that DEI goofiness you talking about, man, stop playing us. Give us our props. Stop messing with our history. The more you erase, the more we replace. I don't get why they so mad at us. Somebody said, why I got to be black excellence? Why not? Why not? Why can't I show these young black kids, girls, and guys a different side? Perception is everything. Showing these kids a different perception. How great is that? You know what's crazy?
I want to stop him right there because some things he said here I agree with and some things I don't. I don't believe perception is everything. That's the first thing. I don't believe that. I believe everything is everything. And all things matter. And I think it matters what you're sensitively about, not just what you appear to be about. But see, Jamie, big Barack fan. He's about to tell a Barack story, obviously. But the DEI thing, man, I get so tired of these. I say, Jamie, how did DEI help us? He wouldn't know. He wouldn't be able to answer. I say, how many black people was helped by DEI? You realize it was a rating system. And as in all things rating, black men fall pretty much at the bottom of it. You understand what I'm saying? Who got the biggest bump in DEI? Just being historically accurate, white women. It ain't white women's fault. That's just how the system's set up. It's not like white women got together as a group and said, we're going to fool. It's just that's how it works. The system still has racism built in it. So since majority white men run everything, when they get to choose, they're like, well, I'm going to choose a white lady. She looked more like them than the rest of us. So yeah, that's how it happens. And it's for some reason, they weren't like, no, I can't do this. I can't get the lion's share of the DEI slots. I'm a white woman. Black people should get it. They've been disenfranchised for hundreds of years. Now they were like, thank you. See you Monday. Human nature, self-preservation wins. My thing is, Jamie Foxx is not alone. There are a lot of Hollywood types screaming DEI. So when I see certain people, still peddling the lie, first of all, the lie that DEI help black people, we know that's not true. Them same people they say DEI, they think they mean black. Why you got us boycotting if they wrong then? I mean, be consistent. Yeah, these morons said, when white people think DEI, they say that means black. I said, then why y'all boycotting Target? Because they want to stop it then, if they're wrong. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. If they're wrong that DEI is not black, then why are you mad about DEI going away? Which one is it? Nah, you were right. It's not black. Last I checked, white women moved 19% in management positions during the DEI implementation periods. So they're the primary beneficiary. So really, when you look at the Target boycotts and all the other stuff they got planned, I think they're going to go at Costco or something else. And no one can tell me, definitely not Jamie Foxx, hey, how many black businesses suffered because you stopped going to Target? Because Target carried the most black small business goods of any major retailer in the country. So how many of them suffered because you did this damn boycott? Second thing, how many black Americans lost their jobs because Target stock is down? I mean, if you're going to do something, at least be transparent about the results of what you did. Understand where I'm coming from? These are questions I can't get any answers from. Jamal Bryant won't answer. And we know Roland ain't got no time for me because that Tim Black crazy. He a liar, always crying. No, always calling your ass out. Ain't nobody crying, punk. That's what you were doing when the young brother stepped up to you in Chicago. That's what you was doing. Looked like you was about to pass a kidney stone through your nostrils. Like a dead headlights. Why y'all get me started, man? Y'all stop. Don't encourage me, man. Don't do it. I'm spitting truth, though, man. It's true. Talk all that smack on the internet. Run into somebody in person. All right, look, guys. Let's go back to and look. I know people say, "Oh, we love Jamie." I love Jamie too when he's doing his job. His job is to perform and play music and sing and act, tell jokes. It's not to jump out here. Look, do you think somebody made him comment on DEI and all this stuff he's about to comment on? Nobody made him do it. He offered to do it. So I get to offer him a critique. You weren't elected? He ain't a spokesperson, elected spokesperson. At least Corinne, when she was lying, it was her job to lie. We could talk about the ethics of it, and I have. Jamie ain't got no damn reason for saying any of the stuff he's saying. Come on, Jamie Foxx.
When Barack Obama became president, people were like, policy. I said, oh, whatever. You know what he did for me? He changed my perception. Because when I would travel the world.
You hear what he just said? He said people be like, policy, whatever. You hear that? Did you hear that shit? I know somebody watching right now. They're like, Tim, please, man. I like Jamie. Don't do this, man. I ain't gonna be able to see him no more after you do this. I ain't gonna feel the same way about him, man. Don't do it, man. I gotta do it. Listen to what this pampered mofo just said. Real talk.
How great is that? You know what's crazy? When Barack Obama became president, people were like, policy. I said, oh, whatever. You know what he did for me? He changed my perception. Because when I would travel the world had a certain perception of me as a black man. But when they saw, and if there's any indication that America is not the most incredible country in the world.
See what I'm saying, guys? It's all about him. Yeah. See, policy, good policy, helps Americans as a whole, or at least segments. Sometimes everything don't help everybody, but good policy helps a lot of peoples. A lot of people can benefit from good policy. Jamie didn't give a damn about that. You know what Jamie cared about? Same thing. It sounded like what he cared about was himself. Because people looked at him, and for some reason, they thought of him the way they think of Obama. Now, I don't know why anybody would get him confused, other than he does impressions. This is the selfishness of our elites. And like I say, man, they should get all the work, all the business. There's no, these people that say, no, you shouldn't criticize them. Why are you going after a black person? I don't know, what names did I call him? What did I do? Oh, he's above criticism. I'm criticizing him in my lane talking about politics. In the selfishness of this multi-millionaire, very powerful person. He makes and breaks careers. He's a powerful man. He can get criticism. He ain't some young kid off the block not knowing what he's saying. He just looked in the camera and said, people was like, policy. I was like, whatever. That's how life is good. Life's so good for him, he could care less what a president does or what it could mean for people who need a president, who need things to work out for them, who need resources. We could all agree Jamie Foxx is at a point in his life where he probably don't need anything from the government till he get in trouble. But right now, he good. And he don't give a damn. As long as when he go to Europe or somewhere in Asia, they go, ooh, Barack Obama. We got to get past this, guys. I don't see stars, actors, singers, dancers, performers elevated like this in the Asian community, in the Latino community, or in the white community. We gotta stop it. And what's gonna help it stop is people having the guts to say something about it. Not cowards who are afraid. Because they might not be invited to the thing. You might not be invited somewhere. You might not get the opportunity. That's true. You probably won't get opportunities, man. I know what that's like. But you got to make a decision. You going to stand on something or not? I ain't say talk about the man's children. I ain't say go below the belt. I ain't say go after his family. I ain't say, do all that. I didn't say dox him. I said criticize him. I said call him out, address the issue, have a conversation about it. Most powerful people with the most money, the most pampered lifestyles can't be talked, can't be mentioned. I can tell you this, man. If I was a multi-millionaire, I would like to think if I could take a jet, I could take criticism and I could take a joke. See what I did there? You're welcome. Let's keep it moving, guys. Keep it moving. Hit the like button, guys. If this makes any sense on a Friday night, man. We're on X. We're on YouTube. We can't be on Facebook. They don't like clips. They get upset. They get angry. They lose their minds. One of the stories that I've been covering that Black America couldn't care two dams about, but for some reason I wouldn't let it go, is Abrego Garcia. That's the man who was deported to El Salvador. That's the one that all the hoopla about has been about, where several representatives have left the country to go to El Salvador to check on him. Because he was a non-citizen who got deported to his home country. Well, it turns out there's been an update in this story, guys, and I want to bring it to you because facts is facts.
In your mind, does this resolve that issue in terms of his deportation? In your mind, does this resolve that issue in terms of his deportation? And should this be seen in any way as complying with the judge's order to return him to the U.S. and the Supreme Court ruling that the U.S. government should facilitate his return?
There's a big difference between what the state of play was before the indictment and after the indictment. And so the reason why he is back and was returned was because there's an arrest warrant, which was presented to the government in El Salvador. So there's a big difference there. As far as whether it makes the ongoing litigation in Maryland moot, I would think so, but we don't know that. This, he just landed today and was returned was because there's an arrest warrant, which was presented to the government in El Salvador. So there's a big difference there. As far as whether it makes the ongoing litigation in Maryland moot, I would think so, but we don't know that. This, he just landed today.
Jake, CBS.
I just want to confirm what you said earlier, that you're intending to prosecute him and keep him in an American prison if he's found guilty, and then would remove him after his sentence is over.
Correct. Yes, he will be prosecuted in our country, sentenced in our country if convicted, and then returned after completion of his sentence.
Okay, guys, I'm trying to get to the real reason why he's back, though. But you heard that right. Abrego Garcia is out of El Salvador. He's in America right now, and he's awaiting trial. So why was he brought back? Well, they just stated it, but I'm going to restate it. Kamala Abrego Garcia was returned to the U.S. from El Salvador today to face federal criminal charges for allegedly transporting undocumented migrants. So we get this right. America, the U.S., decided to charge Abrego with a crime. And so they served the arrest warrant and went and picked him up. Sounds a little like they're covering their butts a little bit here. Yeah, I saw the film where he had like 12 people in a Honda Accord or something. I think it was a pickup truck. But it was a closed truck, a closed inside truck. No deck, right? And none of them were documented. And he had like $15,000 on his person or in his truck with the 15 people. I don't know what that meant, but for some reason they let him go. I don't know. Kind of crazy. Yeah, that's the guy they were down and everybody wanted to go to El Salvador to champion for. So Trump had initially resisted court orders, including a Supreme Court directive, to facilitate his return, claiming he was a member of the MS-13 gang and involved in human trafficking. His return followed a sealed indictment filed in Tennessee in May, unsealed upon his arrival, alleging he participated in a years-long conspiracy to transport thousands of migrants, including some MS-13 members, from Texas to other parts of the U.S. If this is true, and let's just face it, guys, well, he's got a lot of money. His wife raised $300,000. Yeah. $300,000 for Abrego because he got deported to El Salvador. Now, for the record, guys, I don't think he should have been deported to El Salvador, only because in his initial court order, he was seeking asylum from El Salvador. That's the only place where it's stipulated he could not be sent back to, because he said he was under threat of his life being, of losing his life if he was still to remain in El Salvador. So that's why I say they shouldn't have sent him there. And I think Trump and the team, I think the Trump administration admits they call it a clerical error. I don't know. So no, I don't think they should have sent him there if the paperwork said you can't send him there. Right? Why would you send him to one place they said you can't send him? Here's the thing, guys. Where do we deport people when they don't get asylum and they're running from a place? So you send them back to the place they were running from? I don't know the protocol. That's the interesting thing. So anyway, let's end this conversation because most people don't care. Well, not enough to listen to it for the 15th time. All I'm saying is this. We shouldn't have to pay for this. Why we got to pay for it? Well, I guess now he's charged with a crime. And we paid it, we love locking people up. We're better at incarceration than any other country except for maybe Syria or something. All right, guys. I think it's Syria and China. I don't know. All right. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this story. Hope you're still here. Next. Oh, yeah. Next. Let's get this one out the way because we're still talking about the migrants. It was a couple, man. It's not, it's like a focal point. Yeah, it's like a focal point of everything. Do we want to go there? What's this? Yeah, let's jump to this. I don't know if we're gonna do this. Let's do this. Okay, before we go back to the migrants, I got a clip I wanna expose Bakari Sellers for what he is. Want to call out Bakari Sellers tonight because, hey, I got to do it. I got to address this clip. I made point on X that I was going to address it, so we will be addressing it. So stay tuned. Don't leave. We will be addressing that. But first, I want to go to this. I do not know this woman. I wish I did. She's amazing. She's going to speak to some things that we've all heard. If you've been on the internet, if you've been bombarded by people thinking they know something, you've heard these talking points. This sister puts it down for everybody that says, you should be thanking American black people because we died to free you. Shout out to Actify Press. I think they shared this first. I think they did. Shout out to Actify Press.
Joe, what are we going to do with you? You running around in my comment section with all this indoctrination. Bless your little revisionist heart. Joe, what are we going to do with you? You running around in my comment section with all this indoctrination. Bless your little revisionist heart. You really came back with 620,000 mostly white soldiers died to end slavery. Like that was a moral mic drop. Let's go ahead and dismantle this fantasy by brick, because you clearly miss every credible history class not taught by daughters of the Confederacy. Fact one, the Civil War wasn't about freeing black people. No, it was about preserving the Union, controlling the South's economy, and deciding who would benefit most from slavery's profits, not ending it out of moral obligation. Oh, did you think that you were supposed to be some savior? Even Abraham Lincoln said it himself in 1862. If I could save the Union without freeing slaves, I would do it. Abraham Lincoln's letter to Horace Greeley. Now, that translation, just in case you couldn't get it, freeing the slaves was a political strategy, not a humanitarian effort. And what about fact two, baby? The Emancipation Proclamation didn't free all slaves. It applied to states in rebellion, Confederate states, not the border states like Maryland, Kentucky, Missouri, where slavery was still legally practiced. So again, y'all weren't dying for righteousness. You were dying for control. Can we say that, class? Dying for control. And let's talk about fact three. Northern free states still profited off of slavery. Wall Street built on slavery. Ivy League schools financed by slavery. Northern textile mills depended on Southern slave-picked cotton. So even when your ancestors weren't holding the whip, they were counting the profits. And what about fact four? Shall I remind you? You talking about you sold your own people is another colonizer cop-out. Let's correct that tired lie. I've been saying this over and over again, but apparently y'all have deaf ears. Yes, some African tribes did sell prisoners of war, but it was your European ancestors who industrialized slavery and added the brutal racial caste system and turned human trafficking into a global economy. And let's not forget, the true puppeteers behind all of this was the AJs, the Ashkenazi Jews, who financed everything and owned 90% of the slaves in the transatlantic slave trade. Did you hear that? Africans didn't build the slave ships, nor did they finance it. Africans didn't insure slave cargo through Lloyd's of London. Africans didn't create the Atlantic Triangle trade and ship 12 million people across the ocean in chains. They didn't do that. Y'all did. That was you. That was your people, your system, your sin. And I know you claim some black people did own slaves, but that was because white laws required it. So in many of those cases where we actually owned black slaves, black people were actually buying their family members to protect them because white laws didn't recognize free black kin unless they were legally owned. But I guess you hop, skip, jump, and flew over that fact. So no, you're not about to blame oppressed people maneuvering within a corrupt system for the corruption of the system itself. So you also said, I'm not paying for somebody else's sin. That's the... Lord, if I hadn't heard that a billion times from you, from y'all's people, that's what y'all constantly say. And you know what? That's kind of cute because you didn't build the country either. You didn't build this country either, but you benefit from it. And your ancestors stole the land, enslaved the labor, and structured the systems, and you inherited the perks. But I don't see you complaining about that. If you're not guilty, why are you so defensive? Why are you up here trolling in my comment section? Also, don't quote sin unless you are ready to deal with the judgment of God. See, the Bible says the sins of your fathers shall be visited upon your children, Exodus 20:5. So no, Joe Blow, you don't get to collect generational wealth and then dodge generational accountability. That's not how this truth works. That's how white privilege works, baby.
Freedom in Yeshua. Find her on TikTok. Follow her if you got any other questions, and if you want some informative dialogue. Freedom in Yeshua. I'd heard most of those before, but never in rapid succession, right? All together in one place. And the articulation of how they benefit. I love the way she put it at the end. To benefit, you want to benefit from generational wealth, but you don't want the responsibility that's along with it. And she put it much better than I could, even after just hearing it, man. I think that's an excellent way to put it. And, only thing I want to add is that there are some people that just don't know anything. And they could be very frustrating, you know what I'm saying? And I say some people, that includes all people. Like, this stuff, man, it was never taught. All this stuff was never taught in high schools, in junior high schools. So I know people say Trump horrible and all this, and they try to take our history out of the schools. Hey, man, this stuff was never in there. It wasn't in there when I was in school. So I don't know when they put it in for it to get taken out. Because I didn't know anything about Lloyd's of London until I was like in my 20s. That's because of my own curiosity, my own reading of different authors, reading of different works. So, and I'm not saying it's not true that some things have been, that they try to, we all know it's what's going on. They try to move to keep everything out. You know what I'm saying? But, the Lloyd's of London, the actual finance and the actual ensuring the industry behind it. That's the thing. That's the thing. And people don't want to, a lot of people don't want to admit that this was an industry that the country was built off of. The enslaved people were worth more than all other industries combined. That's how important it was. And now we got people that act like, oh, it was nothing. It was a long time ago. It's what was the foundation of us becoming a world power. How is that nothing? And it wasn't like, those people that need to be convinced will never be convinced. Because they can't be convinced. They can only be learned, and they have to want to learn, and they got to learn themselves. Because they ain't going to listen, whether it's Freedom in Yeshua or, Dr. Joy DeGruy or Dr. Sandy Dirty. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Because if you're not interested in learning, a man convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. A person that don't want to learn ain't going to learn it, ain't going to listen. They'll come up with some other talking point. They'll hear Charlie Kirk say something that's patently just false and just stand on it and say it with a smug face, and they'll believe it. They'll just believe it. That's fine. And then say black people have a victim mentality. Yeah, that's our problem. Our mentality is the problem. It's not it wasn't the hundreds of years of redlining and discrimination. No, that's not it. It's how we look at life. And see, that's why I got to do content. I notice that when I call out celebrities, people get pissed off when it's their favorite celebrity. But they don't get pissed off when I'm calling out Officer Tatum or Candace Owens or the Hodge twins. Then they clap. They're happy to see that. But if I'm calling out people on the left or people from the middle or people who are liberals, then people get upset. Nah, man, the truth is the truth is the truth. In this information age, when somebody's lying or someone's saying something that starts a conversation, social media means we get to comment and to have a conversation about it. That's what this whole thing is about. And I don't know if you know it now, but content is king. People learn things. People's minds are exposed and expanded by information. Sometimes they're poison. Sometimes they're misinformed, disinformed. But there's enough information, correct information out there that if you stay active, you can then become informed. So even when you get information that's, misleading, somebody will correct you. And if you stay curious, you can then find out that you were wrong or that you've been wronged. So I want to thank this sister for laying that all out. Yeah. Because that's a famous thing. Oh, but black people owned slaves. Yeah, they had to. Because their cousins and their nephews and other people, they had to do that because their family members, they wanted them to not be on Uncle Buck's plantation or whatever. Sorry, Buck, I didn't mean you. Just the first white guy that popped in my head. Uncle Trump or Joe Biden's great-great-granddaddy's plantation. Hey, we put it there. So, yeah. Good stuff, Johnson. Good stuff, good stuff. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Once again, go find Freedom in Yeshua or on TikTok. Man, we hit the like button, guys, if you like the content so far. We about to get into it, man. We about to get into it, Johnson. Now, I saw this clip on X. X is really a pain in the ass most of the time, but every once in a while there'll be some stuff on X. And I'm really happy that X is around because I get the benefit of this. So I was on X, I saw this clip on CNN. It was Scott Jennings, Bakari Sellers, other people. And let's have a conversation. It's about migrants. It's about benefits. And I feel Bakari Sellers and those that think like him, because it's not just him, are on the wrong side of black Americans. Let me explain.
Everyone deserves health care.
Even illegals?
Everyone deserves health care.
Even illegals?
Every single person in the world deserves
Just for the
healthcare.
record, as a candidate, you're for illegal aliens getting Medicaid.
I think everyone in the world deserves
That's a yes.
healthcare.
That's a yes.
I'm such a
That's a
modern-
Democratic position.
It is a yes, but
Who? From who? Who would everyone in the world get health care from, by the way? Oh, me? How about you start with just black Americans getting health care? How about that? We're in the world. Do all black Americans in America have health care? I mean, we are the group of people that were most disenfranchised in this country, right? Won't you start there? What's her name? I don't know her. I'm just saying, I'm just wondering. Virtual signaler extraordinaire. Like, won't you start with the people who were medically experimented on? How about we start there? I think that would be a natural place to start. Instead of everybody, how about the people who were denied coverage? Who, unbeknownst to them, were killed slowly to give information to the government so they could say, oh, this is how you treat this. This is what you do. And this is what you do when you don't treat people. We just lie to them and give them a placebo and watch them die, Johnson. Let's keep going. But see, she thinks we, all of us, should pay for the world to have health coverage. Not every country take care of everybody, I don't know, in their country or whatever. It's crazy. This is the type of thing you say when you ain't the one that got to pay bills. It's just ludicrous.
Yeah,
it's a democratic position. Illegal aliens should get Medicaid.
But I mean, I mean,
how is this controversial?
but
how is it controversial?
How is it controversial to think they don't want someone to die in the hospital because they can't afford it?
Who do you think pays for health care when undocumented people show up at a hospital? Who pays for that?
We all pay for it.
Exactly.
including undocumented people
for
because
it.
they actually contribute.
That's the point.
Listen to Bakari. He said they actually contribute to it. Must be nice getting that money from the liberal media, man. I tell you, man, and other endeavors at Bakari. He's a lawyer, right? Working with Krupp these days. Must be nice. So I just want to listen to. I want to hear Abby one more time.
People show up at a hospital. Who pays for that?
We all pay for it.
Exactly.
Including undocumented
pay
people
for
because
it.
they actually contribute.
That's the point. That's the point.
We do realize that undocumented
Who pays for the welfare system in this country generally? Taxpayers.
Are
you for it or not?
Can I start my logic train?
Are you for it or not?
My logic train starts with the fact that I don't want to kick 11 million people off.
Do you want
Medicaid.
illegal aliens on or not?
Do I want first of all, do I want undocumented citizens to have health care? Yes. The answer is yes.
Scott, if someone is
More
undocumented,
Democrats.
do you want them to not get insulin if they're diabetic?
I want Medicaid to exist first and foremost for American citizens who need it. What
about second? How about this? When the people that are picking your peaches. Yeah, I'm passionate about Americans.
Passionate for the illegals.
Bakari,
no, I'm passionate for Americans.
How dare you want people to be alive? How dare you?
Passionate for the illegals. Bring more.
No, I actually want safe and secure borders.
You need more. To make your vision of America work, we need more illegals who get more benefits. That's your version of America.
No, what I want from America is a place that was promised to us, Scott.
To the illegals?
Like you do. No, it was promised to us. It was promised to us, not us, me and you, black and white, brown. Scott, do you think that your family was born here? You weren't born here, Scott.
I was born in
First of all, where does your family come from? My family wasn't born here. My family was actually from Sierra Leone.
You're making a passionate argument for a country built on unfettered illegal immigration, and that is not anywhere near a politically popular position.
Our country is built on immigration, period.
What kind?
Period.
What kind?
Okay. Oh, and first of all, before we go to commercial, what kind? What kind of immigration was I brought here?
You're already in the hole. You sure you don't want to stop digging?
No, because it was slavery. That's not immigration.
Come on.
Well, okay.
Come on, what?
All right, there's a lot to be said. Hold on.
No, but you just can't say come on when somebody's like, my family was brought here in chains. The answer's not come on.
We're going to.
And as usual, when the black liberal is cornered, slavery.
Everyone deserves health.
Hey, look, guys, I want to ask a question. I want y'all to be honest with me. Do black liberals, black Democrats, black liberals, do they ever use black pain and suffering to help black people? Like, ever? I'm just asking because I never hear them do it. Every time they invoke blackness, unless it's themselves, like Jamie Foxx, unless it's to benefit themselves. In their own argument or to back someone off of them. But when it comes to black people in general, black Americans, I never hear them invoking slavery and other issues about black people in the same way. Constantly, I hear them doing this, using our story, our turmoil. What the hell do Black Americans got to do with undocumented people, migrants, coming to America in 2025? What does that have to do with somebody coming over the southern border right now as we speak? What does that have to do with the slave trade, the chattel slavery that our ancestors endured? Nothing, right? Nothing at all. I bet you couldn't pay a Jewish, in fact, I know you couldn't pay a Jewish person to say that the Holocaust, the Jewish Holocaust, has anything to do with a migrant coming across the border. They would be rightly offended and send AIPAC after your ass. But we got sellouts like a Bakari. See, very rarely do you hear white liberals making such odious like comparisons, such lazy, like reckless comparisons. Very rarely. But they get these guys to do it all the time. And it burns me up. This notion, this idea that she floated. And so did Abby. Abby said it too, and I don't understand it. Guys, I truly want to understand. Are you saying that you believe that the migrants, for instance, the migrants that just came over with this last wave under Joe Biden, that they've been paying for their own health care and their own resources? Because, I don't know, because how? If she asked a question like, who you think pays for their health care when they go to the hospital? And she made it seem like they pay for it. Nah, we all pay for it. American citizens pay for people when they go to, if you're in your state, in taxes. What are you talking about? This is crazy, Johnson. It doesn't make sense. That's why Scott Jennings was laughing, because there is no way that this argument benefits them. They lose this argument 99 times out of 100. The only reason why they would win that 1% of the time, that one particular time, is because somebody was too drunk to hear the conversation or asleep. Because this is a non-starter for most Americans that have sense, I would think. Who's paying for it? We all pay for it. But why should we? Why should we pay for people that have a country to come to our country and get our health care? We can't even get our health care. Bakari, we can't even get our own health care in this system. We got Black Americans undercovered right now. That Obama kid that you guys talk so much about and was so happy that Obama got done. There were people that could not afford that. It was so expensive. They took to zero. It get fined at the end of the year because they couldn't afford it. It was a plan made up by Republicans. When you talk to all this crap about 2020, Project 2025, Project 25. No one talks about the fact that Republicans wrote Obamacare. The Heritage Foundation wrote it. Why no such claims about that piece of legislation? They write a lot of legislation that Democrats end up trying to introduce, by the way. But here's the thing. Bakari Sellers, why are you caping for undocumented, and as you call them, undocumented citizens? That's like saying skinny fat or old young. How the hell is oxymoron? How you gonna be an undocumented citizen? Citizens don't need to be documented. They're documented automatically because they're citizens. They have social security numbers. They're born in this country. They have birth certificates. What are you talking about? How are you gonna say undocumented citizens? Like you could be stripped of your documentation? No, it doesn't exist. Then he called them undocumented Americans. What undocumented Americans are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody who lost their ID? That's it? Somebody doesn't have their ID? No, undocumented people can't get ID because they got no birth certificate, no social security number. Get it? We got Bakari up here caping for these people. And like, you know what? It's okay to, look, I don't have a problem with you advocating for who you advocate for. I advocate for Black Americans. That's who I advocate for. Black Americans and working class folks. I advocate for working class folks because we're the people that if we lose our jobs, we live outside. We have that in common no matter what color you are. So I do advocate for working class people. But it's very clear that the majority of the liberals, particularly the Black liberals that I run across and many of this content that I cover, you guys, when you are on TV, I don't know what you do when you're home. I don't know what you do when you're hanging out with your friends at the barber shop, at the gun range, or wherever you at. But when you're on TV, you advocate for the migrants. It's like a Scooby Snacks in it for you. Yeah, Bakari, do you get a bonus every time you throw a Black person under the bus or use Black people's pain in order to help migrants? Do they send you a check? Do they cut you a side bonus? Do you add up reward points? What's really going on, man? Why is it so often I see you guys do this? Whether it's Tiffany Cross or you or Angela Rye or what is it? What is it in it? What do you get for that? Even when Tiffany Cross says, hey, I'm an independent. Tiffany Cross recently said she was an independent. That's what I heard her say. And I wonder what made her do that. Could it be that she felt she wasn't respected by the Democrats enough when she lost her job? Her ratings were good. It took her job. So let me get this right. When the Democrats don't do right by you, it's fine for you guys to abandon the Democrats, like Corinne, Jean-Pierre. But when they don't do right by Black Americans, it's not okay for us to abandon them. So you understand reasons for abandoning the Democrats, but only when it's personal to you. Am I on the right track here? That makes sense? Do you understand why someone would think that was hypocritical? Because that party been the same party when you were working for it as it is now that you're not working for it. It was garbage before, and it's garbage now. But when it hits home for you, then it's okay for you to cut ties. Just a question, man. I'd love to talk to you about it at some point. I extend an invitation to Tiffany Cross to come talk about it. Back to Bakari Sellers from Sierra Leone. Mr. Sierra Leone. Couple things I'd like to point out to you. When these migrants come over here, whose jobs are they going to get? I know you believe that America just has infinite number of jobs, but Sir Michael Singleton brought this up, and I couldn't disagree with him, and I want to give him credit for it. We don't have unlimited jobs in America. I know you think we do. People say that. America's so rich, it's got all this money. Yeah, but it's not like they use the money to help all the people. Yeah, I could have $1 million, but if I don't leave you no damn tip, who cares? I mean, I care. It's great for my family if I spend money on them, but that doesn't mean the money gets circulated to poor people or working class people. So my point is this: who gonna get them jobs? Joe Biden just let in more immigrants, more undocumented immigrants just past that border in the last 4 years than ever in U.S. history. Where they gonna work at? Who they gonna compete with for jobs? I'm just asking. Give me a. I know we can't be certain, but give me your hypothesis of who migrants are going to compete with for jobs. What industries are they going to work in? See, I already know the answer. They're going to work in low-skilled. Some people would refer to them, as Singleton pointed out, what was the word for it? Essential workers. You know, jobs black people used to do. But now, in jobs Latinos used to do. Latinos did those jobs too. In jobs lower middle class and middle class white people used to do too. And Asians and everybody else. Go to a fast food restaurant. Another question. What schools will these people attend? Yeah, you know, like there's already it's already overcrowding in a lot of public schools in the inner city, for instance. Some classrooms with 40 kids in it and one teacher. Crazy numbers. I'm sorry. If you got one teacher and they got a classroom of 35, 40 kids, that ain't a teacher. That's just somebody trying to survive. Trying to prevent a homicide in the classroom, basically. Dr. Musa Abdullah was on the show from All Things Educational Official, having this conversation with me about the need, the resources, the lack of resources for schools. Question, Bakari, once again, make your best guess estimate. Where are these migrants going to be living and in what schools will they be? Will they be going to private schools or will they be going to the public schools with black kids? Just a question. So our class size is going to get bigger, right? That's what you're telling me. Which is going to help us, right? That's going to make us better, right? Because we are strong because of our diversity. A lot of people that don't know better. Number 3, here goes another question. Consider we got a housing crisis in America. Where are these migrants going to live? I don't know. Where's all the places for them to live? I'm just asking. Where are the apartments they're going to rent? Whose apartment they going to rent? Just question. In what neighborhoods are they going to be renting them? Are they going to go to the rich neighborhoods where the rich whites live? Or are they going to go to the lower cost places, you know, where we're at? I'm wondering where they're going to go. Are they going to go where they're going to go where she lives? Miss Give Everybody Health Care? I wonder if they're going to go to her neighborhood. I don't think they will, Johnson. I think they're going to go to my neighborhood. They're going to go to neighborhoods of people that look like me. And they're going to get rentals. They're going to get preferential treatment because they're going to get vouchers and other shit that we don't even qualify to have. So then where we get to live. See, this is what I know. I know that black Americans are 40% of the homeless population. Some places, 50%. Where we're only like 10% of the population, like California. So when there's a fight for resources for low-income people, who's going to be most impacted? Hate to steal your thunder, but I'm going to give you this one. Us. See, when you're up here advocating for migrants, you hurting us. And I would not be an advocate. Just like you advocating for migrants, what kind of advocate would I be if I let you do that without calling it out, without advocating for black Americans? And don't tell me you advocate for black Americans when you're working against black Americans' prosperity. You can't do both. Don't tell me America can do both, because it doesn't. Don't tell me it can. Don't tell me it can't. Tell me what it does do, because we can do anything. I can drive a car with my feet. I'm sure I could pull it off, but I don't. And America can clothe and feed everyone. Hell, we live in a country where veterans die on the streets from homelessness, and they fought in wars for this country. They bled for this country. And some of them, a lot of them, are white. So we live in a country that lets white men who serve their country die on the streets. You think they give a damn about black people? Why would you put black people up against anybody, knowing how cutthroat this country is? You're a lawyer. You've been inside this prison system. You know how it works. Why would you? I saw studies that show when there's an increase in migration or immigration, migrants, for some reason there's a rise in black male unemployment and incarceration. You're a lawyer who's worked in our prison system. Why would you and other people that have worked? I got people that go to prisons and talk to inmates, and they still find it important for them to advocate that more people come to this country, knowing that we're disproportionately the people in prisons. And that's only going to increase when we increase immigration, because people that are financially strapped, people that can't find jobs, people that can't secure employment, or people that can't secure living arrangements, sustainable living arrangements, stable living arrangements tend to be people that are stressed, and stressed people who are financially strapped tend to be people that are engaged in more illegal activity. Mama got to eat, so does the babies. Yeah, man, I understand you want to be an advocate. You want to get on here and you want to make your claims, and it's got to be tough going up against Scott Jennings with a bullshit talking point that you people from Sierra Leone and you America needs to live up to its promise to everybody. Nah, see, America has a promise to it. If America needs to live up to a promise, how about we start with making it live up to our promise? It hasn't kept our promise. Why are you worried about a promise? You don't make a promise to people that aren't in the country. But here goes what, I'm going to leave it here, man. Let's end it here. Send this video to Bakari Sellers because he said one time that he thought I was foul because I didn't tag him when I criticized him. Bakari, we both have kids. We both have children. We have kids. We're both grown-ass men. I called you a sellout. I want to take that back. You're not a sellout. It was wrong. I crossed the line calling you a name. It just came out. It's muscle memory. My bad. But this is what I want to ask you. You're a smart guy. Degrees, law license, Jewish doctorate degree. I don't know where from, but I got a community college, basically just a couple, I remember an associate's degree. I got some experiences, but they're technical, IT related, speaking. You know what I'm saying? Here's the question. As a smart man that you are, and as an ethical man that I know you're going to answer this question with all ethics and integrity, from a brother from South Carolina, I got to ask you, brother, why do you think that Joe Biden just oversaw the largest influx of migrants into this country in the history of this country? Do you think that was accident? Because I noticed a lot of liberals, particularly black liberals, in the limelight. I guess just trying to keep a job because life's so hard for them. It tend to make it sound like we're doing conspiracy theory and that it's outlandish to think there's an agenda behind it. But I'm going to ask you, why do you think Joe did it? It's got to be a reason, right? I mean, you've been saying that you didn't think he was mentally declined, right? Or did you? Why would you import or allow the border to be so lax that more migrants came in under Joe Biden than any other president? Why do you think they did that? And do you really think Black America benefits from that? Don't tell me they benefit because of the arts and it's going to make great music and they're going to bring some fashion trends, or we're going to have great experience, engrossing experiences in each other's lives, and sit around a campfire and tell stories and get to know each other and have a cultural renaissance. No, I mean, as fathers and husbands, right? How do we benefit when it comes to our families and to taking care of our families and taking care of our elderly parents and all these things that we have to do? How does that, what Joe did, what your party did, how does that help us? All right, guys. Look, my name's Tim Black. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I got nothing else. I don't expect Bakari to respond, nor do I expect him to have an answer that makes any damn sense. I expect word salad and virtue signaling about the shining star, the roof on the house on the hill, some other gibberish, some other babble, some other liberal tether babble that makes no damn sense. That don't have nothing to do, that has nothing to do with where Black America is and where we going. Let me go to the comment section, guys. Thank you for being here tonight. To undercut the average American from getting real wages from employers. Malcolm Rex, what's up, fam? Black Rose says, I'm still waiting on 3,000 deportations a day. Crystal said, exactly. Yeah, I want to hear what their response is, man, because I get demonized. Me personally, I want to know it. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? When Dr. Dirk Hamilton came on the show, I asked him the question. He was like, I have no documentation that says it hurts Black people. I do my research, I find there is documentation. Dr. Sandy Dirty is the only person, the only doctor that I've had this conversation with, and he expressed he agreed. He understands. We see eye to eye on this particular issue. As far as the impact being a negative impact on us. But for some reason, people like Bakari, Van Lathan, these people have another argument. It seems they believe that it helps us in some way. And I just don't find any evidence to support that claim. Damn. To be a sellout, you actually have to have belief, have to believe in something. That's true. In order to sell it out, right? That's a good point. All right, folks. Especially when they charge 3 times the rent. Damn. Ronaldo says, keep on told him, Tim Black, I'm Black. I'm not sure exactly what you meant, but thanks, Ronaldo. Thank you, my brother. Gosh. My throat's shutting down, man. Can't get gas station jobs. The people from India got that locked down. Someone said Tim Black. Gosh, guys. Let me get some water. I'm sorry. I was watching an amazing video. I forget who did it. If you know it, shout it out. Someone said in the video, it was a woman talking about, I think, some organization she worked for or something, and these people who were entrepreneurs or something in this organization. And there were various people, diverse people from across the globe in it, I think. And they were talking about how there are people from their countries, their nationalities, that have certain trades that they invest in America. There's certain industries that like parking. Ethiopians have parking. The not Norwegians, Lithuanians had something. The Chinese had the curry house, and the Indians had the not the parking lots, the gas stations. Yeah, gas stations, like hotels. Like there were these, and they were saying black people didn't have anything. What do black people have? And anything that we say, we got a problem, because we may work in it, but we don't own the industry. We get used. And see, my point of view on this is not like some people. They say, oh, it's because black people don't want to know. They don't want to own. They're too dumb to want to own. They're too focused on this. That's not it, stupid. It's hard to start a business. It's hard to fund that business. You know how big this business of mine should be after doing this for 12, 13 years? This would be huge. I should be TYT. Not these guys. They ain't even been doing it more than 5 years. I should be TYT. I should be Cenk Uygur with 10 people. You heard? That's what I should be doing. But to do that, I'd have to have investors, wouldn't I? These are the things. And when you come from other countries, they pool their money and their resources in a way. So anyway, it's just, we're in this situation. We got to find ways out. I'm open to working different ways out. Of course, I support reparations. I support reparations. I also support closing the racial wealth gap. I also support entrepreneurship. I also support government doing a better job. I saw a video, somebody sent the link, Roland shitting on black Americans, saying they ain't trying to wait for the government. They want to get it themselves. They want to handle it. He was smearing black people that say they're not waiting on the government. Why should they wait on the government? No one said they turned down a government grant, but who the hell waits on it? You wait on the government, you're going to die waiting. That's goofy stuff. Who does that? These migrants don't have to wait on the government. The government's right on time. There are programs by nationality to set them up in America with a fighting chance. Don't tell me food stamps is ours. It is as difficult as it's going to be to get it done. Is whatever obstacles we have. Just because something's hard to do, that don't mean you don't fight for it. Just because something's going to be difficult to get accomplished doesn't mean it isn't worth doing or pursuing. And if you ain't going to pursue it, get out the way. But if you're going to be on a national platform doing the opposite of advocating for black Americans, you're going to get this work. All right, guys, man, I'm gone, man. I'm talking too much tonight. I got the best audience that puts up with me talking, but Crown said buttermilk biscuits. Man, come on, Johnson. Come on, Crown. That's funny. I don't care who you are, that's funny. All right, guys, we gone. Look, man, I got nothing but love for you. Remember, don't let anybody take your cornbread. That's your cornbread. Keep your cornbread. I welcome a retort. I welcome a response. I don't expect anything. But I know I'm standing on righteousness and truth. All right, guys. With that, have an amazing weekend. Be safe this weekend. I don't want to hear any sad stories about my Tim Black Wolfpack. Actually, we can't afford to lose a single one of you, so be safe, please. I'll see you soon. Like I always say, where are my ladies at? Buttermilk, butter biscuits. Where are my ladies? Oh, there they go.